Welcome to Election Day, and welcome back to Casa de Wick. We're still sitting at home this weekend, finishing up some of these videos for you. Hard to believe it's the 308th day of the year, the 44th Tuesday of the year, but none of those numbers matter today. Election Day. Everybody shout it out. What's the only number that matters today? How many electoral votes are needed to win? 270, you got it. All right, gang, let's get after it. It is Election Day, the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Now, why do they say the first Tuesday after the first Monday? Well, it has to do with religion. October 31st, All Hallows Eve, Halloween. If it fell on a Monday, the next day, the first Tuesday, it was November 1st, would be All Saints Day. They did not want it to be on a religious day, so they moved it to the first Tuesday after the first Monday, making sure it could never be on All Saints Day. Now, today is the day where we, as a country, select our next president. Will it be the incumbent, Donald Trump, or will it be the Democratic candidate, Joe Biden? Our country is very divided. We've been talking about the Electoral College in class, but again, today is that day. Donkeys versus elephants. We'll talk about that in a month or so in class, why they have those. But today, at the end of the night, we should know who the next president of the United States of America will be. Now, in regular national days, today is National Housewives Day. Kind of a phrase I don't even like to use so much anymore. I recognize 1 million of hardworking housewives around America and around the world. This day honors a stay-at-home mom who takes care of the children in the home. It's definitely a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job that does not get the recognition or the thank you it deserves. The term housewife is really old. I don't like that term so much. It goes back to the days when families were mostly supported by one income. Today, over 61% of homes in America rely on both parents making money. That's from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, for those who want to check their sources. Of course, the age of the children impacts how much a parent stays home. But either way it goes, to anyone who stays, both moms, dads, whoever, to make sure that the kids get all right, the kids are all right. Thank you very much for today. A more fun one, here we go. It is National Sandwich Day. I could go for a sandwich today. Whether you stack it high or keep it thin, National Sandwich Day is a day that recognizes one of our favorite lunch items. The sandwich is believed to be the namesake of John Montague. He was the 4th Earl of Sandwich. In fact, there's a restaurant called the Earl of Sandwich, following the claim that he was the inventor of the sandwich. No matter who invented it, we celebrate every kind of sandwich. Whether you like, again, like I said, the little thin ones or the big ones like the Dagwood, if you remember Blondie and Dagwood's old cartoon. Sandwiches today are awesome. We've got all sorts of places that make them today, be it Cousins, Subs, whoever you get your sandwich from, or you get them at home. Enjoy Sandwich Day, everybody. And on this date, Election Day 1796, we see John Adams elected as second president of the United States of America. Coolest thing about Adams, his wife Abigail, although he didn't always take her suggestions, she did play a role in talking to him about what to do. He did not take her advice on women's rights. In 1868, another president, Ulysses S. Grant. He was elected over Horatio Seymour. Grant, if you recall, came in shortly after Lincoln. After Lincoln was assassinated, Andrew Johnson took over. Johnson was impeached, although not convicted. He finished his term, just wanted to get out of politics. Grant came in 1868. 1896, William McKinley defeats William Jennings Bryan. 1908, our country's largest president, guess his name, largest president, 1908, William Howard Taft. He became president over William Jennings Bryan as well. 1936, Franklin D. Roosevelt wins a second term in office, FDR. He defeats the Republican Alf Landon in the most lopsided election up until that time. Again, FDR very popular for getting us out of the Great Depression. Getting away from elections here in 1952, Clarence Birdseye. Have you heard that name Birdseye before? Birdseye Frozen Foods. Clarence Birdseye was the first to market frozen peas. He had perfected the process of keeping the juices in to keep the vegetables fresh when you freeze them. In 1956, this classic right here first appeared on CBS TV.
Stay out of this, Glinda, or I'll fix you as well.
Oh, rubbish. You have no power here. Be gone before somebody drops the house on you, too.
Very well. I'll bide my time. And as for you, my fine lady, it's true, I can't attend you here and now as I'd like. But just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
On this day in space. On November 3rd, 1957, a Soviet space dog named Laika became the first animal to orbit Earth. Laika was a 3-year-old stray Husky Spitz mix from the streets of Moscow, and she was recruited by the Soviet space program for her small size and calm temperament. Unfortunately for her, this mission was a one-way trip. The Soviets didn't design a way to bring her back down to Earth. With only 7 days worth of oxygen and a little bit of food on board, Laika launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan with a Russian Sputnik rocket. This was the same kind of rocket used to launch the first Sputnik satellite. She was alive when she reached orbit, but she died shortly afterward because the spacecraft's heat shield had broken off. Laika overheated before she had the chance to die of starvation or oxygen deprivation. And that's what happened on this day in space.
The election of 1964 saw Lyndon B. Johnson stay in office. He had finished the term for John F. Kennedy after Kennedy's assassination. Johnson defeated Republican candidate Barry Goldwater. 1992, Democrat Bill Clinton, in a little bit of an upset, defeated incumbent President George H.W. Bush to become elected president. Clinton from Arkansas has been in politics for quite a while. 1996 was the debut game of one of the biggest superstars in the history of the NBA, Kobe Bryant. Played his first game for the Los Angeles Lakers, a 91-85 victory. Although Bryant wasn't a star that night, he went on, and of course we know all about his greatness in the league. In 2014, New York's 104-story tall One World Trade Center officially opens 13 years after the September 11th attacks.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, happy birthday. If you were born on November 3rd, you are a Scorpio. I don't quite know what that means, but you're a Scorpio. Congratulations. Today is the birthday of Stephen F. Austin. He is the founder and father of the state of Texas. Also having a birthday today, 1952, David Hull. He was Taiwanese American. He was known for his pioneering work in HIV and AIDS research. He helped find the cure for AIDS. And last but not least, controversial one here, 1987, born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Colin Kaepernick. Some view him as a hero for his protesting against police brutality to African Americans. Others view him as a rabble-rouser. Where do you stand on that? Well, that's it for November 3rd. Everybody take a deep breath. All right, you know my motto's been be kind all along. Well, I've coached a long time, and at the end of sporting competitions, we'd always talk about sportsmanship. Today is one of the biggest competitions in our country. We're divided right now. We all know that. Whoever wins, whoever loses. At the end of the day, we're going to have a new president, or going to hold the old president. Whichever way it comes out, whichever way you are politically at home, remember this. Remember, we need to be kind. All right? It's not a day to gloat, not a day to go crazy. Be kind, all. So, we'll see you tomorrow for the 4th, and we'll do a wrap-up on the election. Take care, everybody.
la la la